Benedictions. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadan wa ala Muhammadan kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Allahumma barik ala Muhammadan wa ala Muhammadan kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. All divinity send prayers upon Muhammad and the followers of Muhammad, just as he sent prayers upon Abraham and upon the followers of Abraham. Verily, you are full of praise and majesty. All divinity, send blessings upon Muhammad and upon the family of Muhammad, just as you sent blessings upon Abraham and the family of Abraham. Verily, you are full of praise and majesty. And of course, when we say this word for family, we mean the lineage, just as, what's that verse? Oh, he's not of your family, he's not of your lineage. So the spiritual lineage is the important thing, so it goes beyond, ancestry or something. But yeah, it's the true followers. And further, Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala azwajihi wa dhurriyyatihi kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa barik ala Muhammadin wa ala azwajihi wa dhurriyyatihi kama barakta ala Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. All divinity, send prayers upon Muhammad and upon the wives and descendants of Muhammad, just as you sent prayers upon the family of Abraham and sent blessings upon Muhammad and upon the wives and descendants of Muhammad, just as you sent blessings upon the family of Abraham. Verily, you're full of praise and majesty. And a supplication to be said further after the Darood. There's other Darood that can be said that some were taught by the Prophet, some weren't taught by the Prophet. So the ones taught by the Prophet are regarded as being more important in that respect. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min adhab al-qabr wa min adhab jahannam wa min fitnatil mahya wal mamat wa min sharri fitnatil masih Dajjal. All divinity, I seek refuge with you from the punishment of the grave, from the torment of the fire, from the trials and tribulations of life and death, and from the evil affliction of a false Messiah. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min adhab al-qabr wa a'udhu bika min fitnatil masih dajjal wa a'udhu bika min fitnatil mahya wal mamat. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-ma'tham wal maghram. All divinity, I seek refuge with you from the punishment of the grave. I seek refuge with you from the temptation and trial of the golden one impostor. I seek refuge with you from the trials and tribulations of life and death, and I seek refuge with you from sin and doubt. Allahumma inni zalamtu nafsi ظلما كثيرا ولا يغفر الذنوب إلا أنت فاغفر لي مغفرة من عندك وارحمني إنك أنت الغفور الرحيم. All divinity, I have indeed oppressed my soul excessively, and none can forgive the mistakes except you. So forgive me with the forgiveness from yourself and have a mercy upon me. Surely you are the most forgiving, the most merciful. And another one. Allahumma ghfir li ma qadamtu wa ma qarta wa ma asrartu wa ma lanta wa ma asrafta wa ma anta alamu bihi minni antal muqaddimu wa antal muwaqqiru la ilaha illa ant. All divinity, forgive me for those sins which have come to pass, as well as those which shall come to pass, and those I have committed in secret, as well as those I have made public, and where I have exceeded all bounds, as well as those things about which you are more knowledgeable. You are the promoter, the advancer, the demoter, the delayer. None has the right to be worshipped except for you. And another one that can be said in the sitting portion of the prayer after the still in the orientation position, really. Allahumma inni ala dhikrika wa shukrika wa husni ibadatik. All divinity, help me to remember you and thank you and worship you in the best of manners. And another. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika minal bukhli wa a'udhu bika minal jubn wa a'udhu bika minan urada illa ardhalil umur wa a'udhu bika min fitnati dunya wa adhabil qabr. All divinity, I'm seeking refuge with you from stinginess and cowardice. I'm seeking refuge with you, lest I be returned to the worst of lives. And I seek refuge with you from the trials and tribulations of this life and the punishment of the grave. And another one here that can be said. Allahumma inni as'aluka al-jannata wa a'udhu bika minan nar. All divinity, I ask you to grant me paradise, and I seek refuge with you from the fire. Allahumma ba'ilmika al-ghaybi wa qudratika alal qalqil yani malimtal hayatal khairan li wa tawafani idha alimtal wafata khairan li Allahumma inni as'aluka khashyataka fil ghaibi wa shahadati wa as'aluka kalimatan al-haqqi fi rida wa ghadaba wa as'aluka al-qasda fil ghina wal faqr wa as'aluka na'iman la yanfad wa as'aluka qurrata ainin la tanqati'a wa as'aluka rida ba'da qada wa as'aluka bardal aisha ba'dal maut wa as'aluka ladata nazar ila wajhika wa shauqa ila liqa'ika fi ghairi daramudirate wala fitnate mudlatan Allahumma zayyana birzinatil iman wajalna hudaran muhtadin. All divinity, by your knowledge of the unseen and your power over creation, keep me alive so long as you know such life to be good for me, and take me if you know death is better for me. All divinity, make me fearful of you, whether in secret or in public, and I ask you to make me true in speech in times of pleasure and anger. I ask you to make me moderate in times of wealth and poverty. I ask you for everlasting bliss and joy, which will never cease. I ask you to make me pleased with what you have decreed, and for an easy life after death. I ask you for the sweetness of looking upon your face and a longing to encounter you in a manner which does not entail a calamity, which will bring about harm, nor a trial which will cause deviation. All divinity, give us the beautiful adornment of faith, and make us those who are guides and are rightly guided. And another option of something that can be said, Allahumma inni as'aluka ya Allah bi'annakal wahidul ahad as-samadul ladzi lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad an taghfirli dhunubi innaka antal ghafurur rahim. All divinity, I ask you, O God, you're the one, the only eternal absolute, the one who is not a parent, nor was anything's child, and there is none like him in anything, that you forgive my sins, for verily you are the oft-forgiving, most merciful. And another one that can be said, Allahumma inni as'aluka bi'anna lakal hamdu la ilaha illa anta wahdaka la sharika laka al-mannan ya bad badi'a as-samawati wal ardi ya dhal jalali wal ikram ya hayyu ya qayyumu inni as'alukal jannata wa a'udhu bika min nar. All divinity I ask you, as unto you is all praise. Nothing is worship-worthy except you, alone without partner. You are the benefactor, O originator of the heavens and earth, O possessor of majesty and honor, O ever-living, O self-subsisting, and supporter of all, verily I ask you for paradise, and I seek refuge with you from the fire, and that phrase, from the fire, minanar, a nar, it's the black hot fire. And another one we can say here, Allahumma inni as'aluka bi'anni ashhadu annaka antallahu la ilaha illa ant Allahadu samadu ladhi lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. All divinity I ask you, as I testify that you are God. None has the right to be worshipped except you, the one, the eternal, the absolute, who begets not, nor was he begotten, and there is none like unto him. And, he wasn't a parent, wasn't a child, and wasn't like anything. So a lot of people may not get that part.